So last time I looked at your Splatoon 3 hot takes, they were absolutely terrible. So I'm back again to yap about them since you guys liked the last hot takes video. Like, comment your own hot takes, or do it in the hot takes channel in my Discord server linked in the description. Just like before, I'm going to start with the cold takes and have the hottest takes at the end. Anyways, starting us off is Pickle, and they're basically saying that solo queue does not make you a competitive player, which is very much true. Being a competitive player is more than just being good at the game and taking it seriously. Being a competitive player means playing in tournaments and scrims and having results against actual coordinated teams, not the randoms you find in solo. You can't just say, I'm a competitive player because you have 2600 XP in solo but haven't ever touched a tournament. That XP is not an accurate measurement of how you play, which brings me into the next take, also from Pickle. He's on a roll. Using your X power as a way to measure you or someone else's skill is extremely flawed and inaccurate, and I'm going to have to agree again. X battles are unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen in those matches. You could be getting repeatedly carried, or someone on the other team is throwing. Lots of random stuff that affects the outcome of matches happens in X battle and solo in general, so X power is definitely not accurate when it comes to measuring skill level. Unless you compare that power with someone's results, using the X power alone is not how you should measure skill, that's how you should measure luck. Last one for the cold takes is from Alan, and they're saying that Ultra Stamp needs a large buff. Now, in my opinion, whether or not Ultra Stamp is good or bad depends on the comp that it's fighting. The reason is at the bottom of every tier list is because at the top level, all of the weapons picked just bully it. Like Splatter Shot and Pencil and 52 and sometimes even Decavitator. Yeah, it sucks. A lot. But if the devs were to buff it, they'd have to keep in mind all the weapons that do struggle to fight it, like shorter ranged weapons and quite a few rollers. If you want to see how I would fix Ultra Stamp, I have a video where I fix 3 bottom tier specials, and that will be linked in the top right. Now we're moving on to the mild takes. To start us off, we have Neolite, and they said, you have a skill issue if you think maps suck. Now, I disagree with this one for a few reasons. For one thing, people are going to like and dislike aspects of the game regardless, but if we're talking about maps are so bad that they make me lose, then it really depends. A really important aspect with maps is that you have to have a way for your aggression to get behind the enemy team to either pincer or make a play with a special. For example, a wiper using stamp behind the enemy team to get a few kills. These are called flanks. I'm sure you've heard of them before because that's the main criticism of the stages in this game. But also, maps being too large can lead to them being very lockout heavy because it takes longer to get back in, even with specials like Hammerhead or Wahoo, which both have separate issues as well. But when there isn't a legitimate reason to hate a stage, or you just personally don't like the stage and you're blaming it for your loss, then yes, that is a skill issue. Oliver is the last for this section, and they said that Salmon Run is the best game mode and it should be the main game mode of the next game. So I feel like Splatoon's main game mode would have to be PvP because that's where it's most interesting. I don't think we could ever have a PvE mode be the main mode. Another argument is that there's a lot to learn in Salmon Run, but the current main mode, Turf War, is extremely simple. You cover the map with the most of your ink, and boom, you win. This is important for the main mode of the game because it's supposed to work as an introduction to the game, and it's not supposed to be challenging, so new players can learn the game. Salmon Run, on the other hand, has a lot of depth, and it wouldn't be a good way to introduce players to the game. Turf War also fits the main gimmick of the game, you know, ink. So I think that Salmon Run is fine as it is, a little co-op side mode. And this isn't me saying Turf War is a good mode, by the way, because it isn't. And now it's time for your scorching takes that we could find from you guys, pulled straight from the depths of hell. To kick us off is from DKS and his editor abuse. He forced it in the script. Dynamo is not as bad as people make it out to be. Now, Dynamo is an interesting weapon, but I don't think it's terrible. It's bad, but it's not the worst. Dynamo still has a massive AoE radius that can and will punish you for missing your shots. And I think it's ridiculous that people say it's bad because of the speed and you can just shoot them during their flick. You still have to approach them and then hit your shots, which is kind of hard with latency, aka the flick coming out after you've killed them, and again, the massive AoE radius, but Dynamo is still inconsistent with its hitbox and its pain. Next is Hextron saying that Flingza is the best roller. Maybe in Turf War it is, but both Carbon and Splat Roller are better than Flingza is slow, it doesn't have any good specials, and it's easily approachable. It can be annoying for special spam, but what is a screen and Tenta missiles going to do? Let's be honest. Carbon has Azuka. Carbon is also very dangerous, has good combos with its sub-weapon, and that intimidating one-shot radius up close. Splat Roller has a curling bomb to set up sharks, You can bait people out with it, making them think that you're going to go somewhere else, then hold down space with a bubbler for your team to jump in and retake it. You literally have no reason to pick Flingza instead unless you want an anchor paint bot, but you have Pencil for that, and Pencil also has a good special. Now for the final hot take of this video is from Crimson, and the dislikes speak for themselves on this one, but Blobber is the best weapon. Blob is just kinda useless. It paints and gives annoying chip damage, but no one really cares because Pencil destroys every other anchor. Even if Pencil was out of the question, it has 2 mid-tier subs and specials at best, and it only really thrives in laggy lobbies where the blobs are unpredictable. It's also really easy to rush down if you play off its end lag and shot velocity, but there's not really much else to say about it. Anyways, that's all the hot takes I wanted to cover for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. As I said before, the Discord will be linked in the description. Submit your own hot takes, and have a good one.